Hello, my name is Cinder. You can call me Ella. It's very, very, very nice to meet you, Ella. I'm Snow White, but you can call me Snow. And now, Ella, the reason why I asked you here today is because I personally was interested in your story. If my family treated me that way, I would be so devastated. So I was wondering if you could possibly elaborate on your experience so my viewers can understand where you're coming from and that you're not just some woman who was rescued by a man who just waited around to be rescued. Well, I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel very upset because these people, they don't understand what it's like. Because, like, how would you feel if from the time you were a little kid, you have your parents taken away from you? First, you know, your mother, your father marries someone who's not very supportive, and you know, something that the stories get wrong is that there's two stepsisters, which, I mean, of course there is, but there was also two more brothers, stepbrothers, that I also had in the family at the old house I used to live in. So combine that with the girls saying bad things about me, the boys saying bad things about me, my stepmother, she couldn't even be bothered to help me, and I had no friends. I just had the mice. Well, actually that's not true. I did have one friend, a human friend, but she lived in the other kingdom, so I could barely see her when I could. So I was all alone. Like, look at you, Snow White. You have your forest friends. I mean, we like having friends as animals, right? But you're happy by yourself, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I heard also someone else told me that they got it wrong with your story too, that you actually had a pretty good family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one ever talks about that, do they? You had a family, you had friends, but the stepmother, she just took you away from them. On the day of the party, my friend in the other kingdom, she's like, we should probably go. And, you know, I didn't really want to go. I have my mice to take care of and about a million chores to do in the house. And I didn't see the point, because why am I going to go to a party to have joy for like maybe an hour, then come back and do the same thing I've been doing for God knows how long, which is the pattern of working all day and then eating their leftovers. Yeah, they're leftovers, by the way, not food, they're leftovers, and sleeping by the fireplace. People, like you said, they always come up to me and they said, why did you wait for a man to rescue you? Why didn't you rescue yourself? And the thing people have to realize is that when you're in a situation where people, they make you feel worthless every single day, you have no joy. I said before, people, they tell you you're worthless, like you're never going to amount to anything. Your existence is pointless is basically what they're trying to put into your brain. Day in and day out, you don't have any friends, you have no support. And it's interesting that the people that judge me for waiting for a man to rescue me, I've noticed that a lot of those people that say those things about me, sorry, I've noticed that a lot of the times the people that say those things about me, they conveniently have a good family, they have friends, they're like, oh, why don't you just pick yourself up, it's so easy. But when you're subject to that kind of should we call it abuse? it's emotional abuse or something. I don't know, but I think my therapist says, because I started seeing one, I think Fairy Godmother, she recommended this person to me, and they're pretty good at what they do. But he said, I mean...
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's... He thinks, well, not thinks, he knows that during the whole time, I think maybe the last few years, maybe the last... From the time I was like maybe like a teenager to when I got out of that situation, he thinks I was really, really depressed, and that was actually the reason why it took me so long to get out, because at that time, you know, I just thought there's no point, you know, my life is always going to be this way forever, and I'm never going to get out. This is something else that the stories got wrong, because when I met, don't tell him that, but yeah, he's pretty great, but when, okay, so when I met, you know, the prince, my husband, when I met him at that party, what the stories don't tell you is that I actually was not very interested in him. I think it took us a while to become like friends, to the point where I could like actually be comfortable with him. If I hadn't have gone to that party, I wouldn't have gotten the opportunity, because I got a really great opportunity at that party. And then I met him. I don't know if anyone else has gone through this in the kingdom, but this is the kind of stuff we should talk about more. But when you leave a family like that, they make it seem like you're abandoning them, even though they're the ones who really abandoned you in the first place. They just want to keep you around to make themselves feel better. The people that took me in, they gave me free housing, and they were with me during the whole way. Like, I didn't know how to do anything. There's a lot of stuff in the village that people just already know how to do, but I just had so much trouble doing it. And then everyone in the house was so patient with me, and of course, you know, the prince, he was there. I mean, we were friends. Like, he was supportive too. And then my friend from the other village, I finally got a looking glass that actually worked in the house, and I was finally able to contact her. I got lucky is what I'm trying to say. Not everyone is as lucky as me. And I still have a hard time these days. You know, my therapist, he says that I'm just now starting to get out of the depression and the low self-esteem from all the years of being told I'm worthless. But it's getting there, I think. Is the prince a wonderful husband? Yes, he is. But what I really needed was not a man. What I needed was an opportunity. And I finally got it. Thank you so much, Ella, for agreeing to do this interview with me. I learned so much from you. Thank you. Bye. And day in and day out, you see less of your friends. Day in and day out, you see less of your